Dead Broadside Day 959. I'll tell a story real quick. This is a true story. This is really weird. I talked a few weeks ago about how, when you talk about something and then you go outside and 10 minutes later it happens or you hear something. I had that happen last night, and here's a good example. All right. My young son and I watched The Beastmaster. Today is Sunday. It's Friday night, okay? Then we find that there's a Beastmaster 2, which I'd never seen. Now, I had watched The Beastmaster a million times when I was a child because it played on HBO like every hour and a half. And so I was very familiar with it. It's one of my favorite movies. It really doesn't hold up, but that's for later. Then we watched The Beastmaster 2, A Portal in Ocarina Time. I don't know what it was, but he goes back to LA in present day and blah, blah, blah. It's horrible, right? So then when we watched The Beastmaster 1, we then watched the behind the scenes where they filmed it and showed how they made all the sets and everything out in Simi Valley. And then we watched a little bit of the commentary where the director and like the producer talk about everything. And one of the things they talked about in the early scenes were the three witches that had seemingly very attractive bodies, but their faces were covered with all kind of latex, ugly masks and everything, right? And so I was like, man, I bet they're pretty, they just, whatever. And then the guy's like, yeah, he's like, we hired these three brilliantly pretty models, and then we made them mad because we covered their face with, all these prosthetic masks and everything. You couldn't tell what they looked like. So when I'm watching it, I pull up what they look like, and it showed two of them, right? There was a video on YouTube about the Beastmaster characters. Where are they now, right? And it showed two of the witches. One of them was somebody I don't remember. The other was Janet Jones, right? Just name stood out for the alliteration or whatever reason. So then, last night we go to a hockey game, right? The local, like minor league hockey. And we're watching hockey. Neither of us understands hockey. This is the third hockey game I've ever seen. It's entertaining, but I have no idea what's going on. So it goes to overtime. All of a sudden they got three people on the floor, which, by the way, is a way better way to watch hockey. Apparently in overtime, you only have three people instead of five, and it's so much more enjoyable to watch. Five's just too busy. There's too much going on. And I feel like hockey players aren't really good at hockey. They're just really good skaters, because it was like, it ended up being 2-0. And oh my gosh, it was like, I think the team that lost, or the team that won, shot 2 for 50 or something, some ridiculous, which is like, 1%, whatever. So I mentioned to my son, I said, when we get home, we're going to watch a video about what makes Wayne Gretzky great. Because my understanding is he's the undisputed GOAT of that sport. And we need to understand, what is it that's supposed to be good? Because the only thing I see these people doing well is skating, right? So we go home and we're watching Wayne Gretzky, and it's like all the records. These guys got like 58 records, still haven't been beaten. And I'm learning more about why Wayne Gretzky is the great person in sports in hockey. And I mentioned, it occurs to me, I'm like, you know what? I think that Wayne Gretzky's daughter's married to like a famous rock star or something. So I go look it up, and it's Dustin Johnson. I was close, but he's a PGA guy, right? Plays on LIV or PGA, one or the other. Real good golfer. And then it says Wayne Gretzky and Janet Jones' daughter married to, and I'm like, there's no way this is the same Janet Jones that was in The Beastmaster that we watched last night. Sure enough, it was. And I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what, like, is it just because there's 8 billion people in the world and we're all doing such random stuff that random crap like that, coincidences just happen by virtue of the fact that there's so many interactions with life? Or is it somebody screwing with you that's controlling this little game that we're all playing? But I found it very interesting that the Beastmaster and Wayne Gretzky and hockey all played into this weekend and tied up into a neat little bow. Then we discovered, we just got done watching, apparently there's a Beastmaster 3. It's free on YouTube if you want to watch it. In fact, I think they were both free on YouTube. Maybe one was on Prime. It doesn't matter. None of you are going to watch it. But it was really dumb. It was Beastmaster 3, The Eye of Braxis or something. I don't know what it was, but it was just as dumb as it could possibly be. And none of the storylines match up from the other films and all this other crap. And so at the end of it, he asked me, he says, so what do you think of the Beastmaster after watching number 2 and 3? And I'm like, that thing's Citizen Kane compared to the second and third film. You know, it just is. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's insane how bad Made for TV and Made for, you know, whatever it was, made for DVD, whatever, rental, you know, I don't understand how people get this stuff made and who watches it. Just because it's made for TV doesn't mean somebody wants to watch it on TV. So there's that. Janet Jones, the Beastmaster, Wayne Gretzky, and my weekend. Have a good one. Thank you.